Is Mike, and today's show is brought to you by our Amazon page. Please remember to shop at MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon. It's quite simply the best way to support this show. If you need it, Amazon has it, and you can get it at MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon. Bookmark it, please.
Available on demand every day in iTunes and the Google Play Store, and around the world on MikeO'MaraShow.com. What more can we do for you? It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
What a weekend, Oscar.
What a weekend.
What a weekend. A tremendous, successful homestand for your Boston Red Sox.
Oh, I'm so pumped.
I think the word here is bounce back. Coming off a 10-game losing streak.
Yeah, boo.
Now, they just won their 7th game in a row. Woo! And here he is to talk about it. Their beautiful, their third base coach. Now he's coming in. Mr. Brian Butterfield. Brian! Brian left. Perhaps he'll come back in. Hi, Brian.
I heard something. I heard something else played. Did you hit some other button?
Yes, it was a missed keystroke.
Just, could you give me another proper introduction again,
You bet.
please?
Thank you.
I'm going to come back in a moment.
You know, a lot of people don't put enough value on coaching.
Yes.
And especially the third base coach. But when you win 7 in a row, there's got to be some value in their third base coach, Brian Butterfield. Hello, Brian.
Hello, Rob.
How are you?
Hello, Oscar.
Hey, Brian, congrats.
Hello, listeners to the Mike O'Mara Show.
Congratulations on your
I'm
7.
here. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, the results have been incredible.
Now, why do you think you were able to turn the... Do you take credit for turning the team around?
Total credit.
And what do you
That's right.
attribute it to?
The Brian Butterfield School of Winning Baseball. Yes, just look at this team. Look how wonderful they've done. Running the bases, hitting the ball, catching, fielding, pitching. The results have been incredible.
Describe to me your job, because when you're standing there at third base, really all we see is scratching.
I am the third base coach.
Yes.
I'm responsible for the entire operation of the game. And I'm not just talking about during the baseball season.
Really?
I'm talking about the game of life.
Really?
I am a successful and wonderful life coach. I not only consult with the players, the managers, and also the PA announcer, but I dabble in concession consultation too.
Really? Are you responsible
right.
for some of the food they sell at Fenway?
That's right. That is a delicious crab cake. I remember just 7 short years ago when I said to the director of concessions at Fenway Park,
Yes.
why are you serving hot dogs when you should be selling lobster rolls and clam chowder? And he said, that idea is incredible.
Really? Do you think clam chowder is a big mover in the hot summer sun?
Absolutely. You negate the fact that in Boston during the early spring,
Yes.
the temperatures are quite low.
They're quite what?
Quite low. That's why I came up with the idea of selling clam chowder. Clam chowder during a baseball game to warm the hearts of the fans, not just diet beverages, beer, and everything else that they want during a game.
You know, that clam chowder would also come in handy in the postseason if the Red Sox ever made it.
I'd like to point out to you,
Great
Mr.
point.
Fathead, that look at these trousers.
Oh, look at those.
I'd like to point out to you that they won the World Series last year. And that's why I've come by your show to introduce my brand new product.
You have a new product.
Brian Butterfield, third base coach, candy bonbons.
Oh, bonbons?
Bonbons.
That's what I thought they
Oh.
were. They're delicious. Can you describe
Yes.
the ingredients?
Yes, I can. The ingredients are chocolate,
Yes.
maple syrup,
Yes.
New England style crab meat, creme cheese, and salt and pepper, rolled as a binder in breadcrumbs from panko.
Panko?
Panko breadcrumbs, one of the great gifts from the Japanese.
Mr. Butterfield, are they
Yes.
shaped like baseball diamonds or baseballs?
They are shaped perfectly like spheres.
Like
tiny
what?
little sphere.
So like a ball.
Tiny, a ball you can eat. Brian Butterfield's fabulous third base ball.
Now, Oscar, you love to keep it tight.
Oh, yeah.
This sounds like a great snack for you.
Yeah, what type of calorie count are we looking at?
I don't look at calories when I'm enjoying a treat. Then it's back to the gym. That's why I'm also here to introduce my new wonderful workout program.
Oh, this will be good. You have a workout program?
Yes, Brian Butterfield's Crossword Puzzle Fit.
Crossword, not CrossFit.
That's right. Crossword Puzzle Fit.
How does that work?
Well, you shed the pounds by doing your exercise while you're doing a series of crossword puzzles.
Are you allowed to use a dictionary, or is it all you have to use?
Look at these trousers. 3 people a week have used the Brian Butterfield Crossword Puzzle Fit and have lost thousands of pounds together.
3 people have lost thousands of pounds?
Well, I might be exaggerating.
Do they
That's
eat?
right. They haven't lost any weight.
Do they eat the bonbons?
No, but they have a great grasp of the English language and are able at the end of my program to do most major crossword puzzles from newspapers in ink.
In ink.
In ink.
That's fantastic.
That's right. Not only am I a third base coach for the Boston Red Sox, but I'm also a fitness guru, dietitian, private investigator, and man about town.
Now, since you are all these things and more, when you look at me, what advice would you give me, Brian?
Let me have a look.
Yes.
Stand up, please.
Of course.
Let's have a look at you.
Yes. How you doing, Brian?
Oh, dear.
Yeah?
Oh, dear.
What's the problem?
All right, I have a solution for you.
Okay.
It is time for you to contract a fatal disease.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. You can listen to the Mike O'Mara Show at www.mikeomarashow.com.
Stay tuned for an outstanding entertainment program.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
Let's get down to business.
From the entertainment capital of the world.
Okay, well, thanks.
Stay. Take a drink. Jamie.
Yeah.
Another glass.
Sure.
Darling.
What are you drinking?
Gin. Always gin.
Here you go.
Thanks, dear.
Thank you.
May I tell you a story?
Please.
For generations, the men of my family have been rabbis. It was to be my calling. I was quite a prodigy. The elders said I had a 40-year-old's understanding of the Midrash by the time I was 12. But by the time I was 13, I knew I could never be a rabbi.
Why not?
Because for all I understood of the Talmud, I never saw God there.
Couldn't lie to yourself.
I tried. Well, I tried like crazy. I mean, people were counting on me.
If you had to do it all over again, would you make the same choices?
What choice? The last thing I took away from the yeshiva is this. We can't run from who we are. Our destiny chooses us.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. Mike O'Mara, Rob Spiewak, Oscar Santana. And now, from his easy chair, here's Mike.
Live from the Cappy Fiber studios and heard worldwide. This is the Mike O'Mara Show. We are powered by Encore Insurance Services with over 24 million downloads, heard daily at MikeO'MaraShow.com and exclusively over the air on the mighty 1630 KCJJ in the heart of the heartland. Go Hawks!
Go Hawks and Mike, go Mark Guthart.
Oh, the Guthart family.
Yeah, of the Iowa Gutharts, or it could be Guthart, but I think it's
No, I think
Guthart.
It's Guthart, and they got good hearts, those people. I know.
Guthart.
I feel it in my gut. The Mike O'Mara Show is a daily podcast and radio show with the greatest listeners on the planet. Why?
Why, Mike?
Because they get it. Our show today is brought to you by Sleep Number Beds. You know, they called James Bond 007. Well, you should call me 85. Because that is my sleep number setting. Yes, I do love my Sleep Number bed. It uses air to support and cushion your entire body. It's proven to relieve pain and improve sleep quality. And now introducing, drum roll please, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, this is exciting.
Hold on, let me see if I get the right thing here. Let me just do this. All right? I want to say it loud.
Yeah.
Sleep IQ Technology.
That's right.
Yeah.
Solid.
Sleep IQ technology provides a... Oh, excuse me.
Sleep IQ technology.
Provides a simple and intuitive way to know better sleep, and it's only available on Sleep Number beds. The Sleep Number bed is the only bed that lets you track and optimize your sleep with
Sleep IQ technology.
Nice.
an easy-to-use interactive app on the iPhone or desktop. Sensors work directly with the dual air technology inside the bed to track how you're sleeping. Every day, there's another medical study that comes out that says sleep affects your health.
Absolutely.
Dramatically in many cases. And it couldn't be easier to use
Sleep IQ technology.
with your Sleep Number bed. It's wonderful, and all you have to do is sleep. Nothing to turn on. My Sleep Number setting is an 85. Mine is a 75. Carla's is an 85. Remember, folks, there's only one place in the world to find the Sleep Number bed with
Sleep IQ technology.
and that's at a Sleep Number store near you. No better sleep. Find your Sleep Number setting today at any of the 450 Sleep Number stores nationwide. Find one near you by calling 800-511-0061. That number again is 800-511-0061. And don't forget to tell them that Michael Sean Patrick O'Mara sent you.
That's right.
It's the new one. I like that, Rob.
Nice.
You like that?
Very good, boys. Well, here we all are. You played that clip from the movie Rounders.
Yes.
With
And-
Martin Balsam and
No,
Matt
no.
Damon.
Martin Landau. We made that
Martin
mistake
Landau.
last week.
I
It's not Marty
always say Martin
Balsam.
Bal-
It's
Right.
Marty Landau.
And Marty Landau, is Marty Landau still with it? Didn't he pass away?
I think we lost him.
we lost him
I
a
can
short
look it
time.
up.
Please do.
So now both Balsam and Landau are worm food.
That's
I
right.
believe.
We're really, Mike and Dean, we're losing all the Martins.
But you have to say that that scene, we don't question movies. We accept it
Right.
as reality, and we don't do a lot of analytical thinking.
Age 85.
He passed away.
Still alive.
Oh, he's alive.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
looking
okay.
well.
Sorry for putting you in a coffin, Martin Landau.
Well, let's see what happens in the next 24 hours.
And why are you so? You've been on a Martin Landau kick. Are you doing something?
No.
Are you doing one of your games?
Not at
all. Are
all.
you playing one of your little obsessive
Not at
compulsive
all.
games?
These were both requested show opens. Someone wanted to hear
Oh.
Gin Always Gin, and someone wanted to hear him call Boris Karloff a limey sea sucker.
Now, that scene, now it's kind of a downer scene, really.
Yeah.
But, Matt Damon's character in Rounders goes into this bar, and there is this learned, dignified judge, a character played by Martin Landau, and he's sitting at a bar, and he's got the entire bottle of gin next to him. So
Always gin.
He's getting S-house.
Yeah.
And I always thought that was kind of interesting, the way that worked.
I
don't
think
understand
it's a symbolism. It's allegory. He's let himself down, and he's drinking the problems away. He talks about how he wanted.
You think the judge is?
Yeah, his family wanted him to be a rabbi, and he went so
I
far
know
as to try to be a rabbi. And I think in a way he feels he let himself and his family down, and there's a tragicness to him, a tragedy
See,
to him.
I didn't think that. I think it is a man who pursued his true calling in that movie.
I think he did pursue his calling, but I think that is coupled with the fact that he feels that it's maybe a less noble profession that he was geared for.
Oscar,
I think there's a
would
lot
like
of
to
depth
weigh
to
in.
it.
You're a Rounders fan. You watched that movie.
I believe that, look, if you choose to become a podcaster, that's your choice.
That's
Like, you shouldn't be
understood.
judged by your family at all.
That's right.
You should be happy with that and
You
understand
hate
that
that.
was your
You
choosing.
You live every moment of your life trying to break free
And better
of
myself.
of the shackles of
No,
of
podcasting
radiodom and
has
podcasting.
saved my life, if anything.
That's right. And
I
you
was
know
thinking
what?
about
He's
that
the
other
only
day.
one in his family, Mike, who isn't a rabbi.
I said,
And,
I said, you know what? If I didn't, I actually had this thought. I said, I am one of the luckiest people I know outside of you guys.
Right. Well, we have the extra added luck, Mike, of knowing Oscar.
that we get to do this on a daily basis.
Yeah.
And
Right.
we get to do it really but we call the shots. Like we don't all just decide this is what we're going to do. We sit down and talk about it, and then once we do it, we say, okay, there's nothing in our way. There's no riding up the wall or up the ladder or whatever, and then getting a no, or we don't have the budget for it. We make it happen, which I love about it.
And I think even based on our meeting before the show,
Yeah.
we police ourselves.
Yes.
And we get it done, and we get it done.
was like
in a very
boiler room in here.
successful because we had a well, we were trying to we were getting it done. I think it was really an interesting thing.
It was a good meeting, Mike, and I think the show is going to do better without Pony.
If you're on Ustream or YouTube,
there's several things that I can't discuss.
Well, there's a whole list of things we can't talk about.
There's some things I cannot discuss.
this is what you should know about Mr. Michael.
Mike, there's something between you and the camera. I can't see
look,
it.
I was told not to go so slow with this.
When
that
you
people
tell
could,
radio
get a
legend
screenshot
Michael
of it.
Mayer not to
that
mention
down.
something,
Right.
that's like basically telling him to mention something.
Exactly. Yeah.
No, I
He's
am not
Johnny
mentioning
Reverso.
anything. I am not mentioning because the official mention of it comes 1 week from today.
That's right. Big
so
announcement on
I will
Monday.
I will not mention the fact that something that we have been working on for a long time
Stop it.
is very ahead of schedule
Quiet mouth.
and is real. But
What did you say? Israel? What?
is real.
It's tangible.
It's real.
You can hold it in your hand.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, how about all those people that said, "When's that thing they were talking about getting?" But I notice I'm not mentioning it. When's that thing that they were been talking about? I don't see anything. I think they were just making it up.
No, really interesting.
No,
It is.
Interesting.
No.
That.
There you go.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm sorry.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
excited.
We digress.
I'm excited. I'm very, very excited.
Thank God we decided not to talk about
yeah,
it.
we didn't even
We're
have
not
to, we
talking
didn't have to
about
run it up the ladder.
No.
We haven't
Yeah.
mentioned
Nor the
anything.
flagpole.
The
Mike, do you run anything up a ladder, by the way? Or is it usually a flagpole you run it up?
You can run it up the ladder.
All I know.
You can't have someone hold the ladder. Because if it goes up there, it ain't coming
You want
down.
to see a good-looking man?
Hey, look at that.
Running
Oh,
it
come
up
on.
Yeah.
up
There
the
we go.
flagpole.
Yeah.
Jesus.
You run up the
it is.
flagpole to see who salutes.
Oh
This
my
is,
God.
no, we are not going to talk about it. I
No.
just want to say that, I was thinking about flying up to D.C. when I came up to see you guys, but I tried to book a flight, and it was difficult.
Mike, it
Hey,
is-
do you hear in the news today, when you hear news you may not need, it's
Yeah.
a very interesting segment because there are a lot of celebrities that got booked over the weekend.
When I look at you, Mike, you are just so hard to read. I don't know
Yeah,
where
why
you're
am I
going.
hard to read?
You're just very hard to
Hard
read.
to read.
Ah!
Hard to read.
That's right.
Oh man, I'll tell you something. No, it's time to let's get on another subject. I think
Please.
it's time to turn the page.
All I know is this, Mike. When you prep today's show and you read the Florida Times, when you're done with it, make sure you put the paper back. But let's move on.
Hey, Rob.
Yes.
Have you ever made crab cakes at home?
Have I?
What do you use? What do you use for your binder? What do you use for your binder?
Wait a second.
That's right.
How do you use a binder in crab caking?
It's what you use is like breadcrumbs or something
To-
like
to
crackers
stick it
to hold
together.
it
Oh,
together.
okay.
Yeah,
so it
yeah.
all binds together.
That makes sense.
Yeah, but that's a different chapter
You know,
of
really,
my life.
if you want, you could actually figure that out yourself. Oscar, I would recommend if you're interested in how to make those, go get yourself a good cookbook.
That's right. Mm-hmm. There you are.
We're not talking about
so
it.
We're
silly.
not. We are
We're
not, talking about it at
and
all.
And
I
you
really
can't
gotta
buy it
remember this in
today.
future.
Now you're taking it to a whole nother
I'm
way.
sorry, a whole nother level. Oh my
Gotta really
God!
remember this.
I love. You know what?
Don't tell Mike not
You know
to
who I
say
have? You
anything.
don't hear enough of on the radio.
Who?
Bob Seger.
Really?
The old time rock and roll.
Yeah.
is a great song.
Classic
you
rock
know.
icon, really.
Main Street, Down on Main Street,
Sure.
really, really great one. And one of his really amazing rock ballads, Turn the Page.
I remember, yeah. Hey, do you remember that bar we went to in Iowa? The library? That was great, wasn't it?
I can't even I can't even get into this.
No.
Yeah.
And which is why
Well, that was
today,
the problem with the meeting before the show.
No, it's fine. And you know what? We have our intern, Mac, here today,
Excited.
Mike.
Of course I'm excited. for
Mike,
Christ's
you
sake.
know,
What?
Mac the intern is here, and I've thought that since we're in Washington, D.C., maybe we
Yes.
shouldn't call him an intern. Maybe
Right.
we should call him a page.
A page.
Don't you think? Because he assists with everything.
Right.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That is a wonderful idea.
Thank
Matt,
you.
can you lean in so we can see your Amish beard? There you go. You're with the bear. You're with the official show mascot. Have we
TMOS
named?
bear.
Did we name the bear on Friday? I forgot when I was talking to
I
you.
thought it was
and by the way, how crappy was the connection? on Friday?
Horrible.
Was it really
It
horrible?
was medium. I give it a medium.
It was horrible.
No, we could make out his words.
It was really tough.
Yeah.
What the hell, though? I mean, really? I mean, cell phone technology. Yes, I'm traveling
Well,
75 miles
you
an
were
hour
in
an
South
automobile.
Carolina. You were in South Carolina. There's
Spotty
your
Yeah, but
problem.
still, I mean, really? I mean, don't you think? Where is it? South Korea, where they just lap us as far as infrastructure for technology,
Yeah.
as far as their IT situation is just superior to ours. Why can't I have a conversation with my guys as I'm streaming along in South Carolina?
Because you
And
didn't build a
incidentally, by the
house
way,
in Korea.
Yeah.
Right.
Why can't you do the show from sunny Florida? Jeez.
Huh? Well, no,
You know,
I do the show from
technology isn't where it should be. Let me tell you.
but simply this: I should be able to call you
Yeah.
and have that broadcast over the air in a moving car without that.
Yeah,
you
but
know.
even if you listen to radio now, terrestrial radio, when people call in on a cell phone,
Always dicey.
always a 50-50. It's almost like
It is.
Skype. It's almost
Remember
like,
we-
is your internet connection right? Do you have enough cell towers around
Yeah,
you?
exactly.
Do you remember on the old Don and Mike show where we forbid people for a while to
Yes.
celebrities to use cell phones?
It made
Because
booking them so
connections were
easy.
yeah, because like on our particular radio show, what celebrity wanted to go to a hard line?
Yeah, they want to
They're
be
always
at
on the move.
Mike, at 2:00 in the afternoon, they want to be in their office with
Yeah,
all the
exactly.
windows drawn.
Wait, when you would book, you would say no cell phones.
Absolutely.
not
We
at
would
all?
what? I didn't hear you. We would what?
Book.
Stop it! I
Well,
thought
we
were
can't
past
talk
that.
about this.
When's the
We
big
can't talk-
announcement?
Yeah,
Monday.
Oh, Monday. Next Monday. A full week from now.
Yeah,
That's
because
right.
it's not ready yet.
stop it,
Beautiful.
Mike. You brought up the bear, and I have a concern about the bear.
Yes.
Is that you know that Mac the Page is here, and
Yes.
he didn't he have some sort of odd computer habit that he liked, like fantasy play or role play
Oh
or
yeah,
something?
yeah.
Because
What
I've
was it?
noticed,
Describe it. No, there was a term for it. Mac, what was that?
You're
You
not
said
you're not a brony, but what are you, Mac?
Yeah, what is your
are
enthusiasm? What is your
lean
mania?
into the microphone nice and loud,
yeah,
please.
yeah.
Don't you
Some
like?
Disney World nonsense. Hold on a sec.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
It was Kingdom Hearts.
Kingdom Hearts.
Okay,
yes.
does that explain why, since you sat down today, you've been stroking the bear? And in a way that really makes me uneasy? Because he keeps reaching over, and as you can actually, Mike,
And
you can
incidentally,
see,
when did he sit down? When he arrived? How long before he sat
I've
down?
never seen anyone enter a room ass first. Because what happened is he opened the door, saw the bear, laughed,
Right.
and then turned around and lowered himself in the chair. And if you could see, there are actually, Oscar, back me up, finger trails
Yeah.
in the bear's head.
Pretty creepy.
Because he keeps, don't touch the bear! Because
he's petting
it's-
the bear.
He's, I think he has maybe at risk of being too forward, loneliness issues. And he seems to really like the bear.
What's up with petting the bear, Mac?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, but you've
Would
been doing
you,
it.
But
for
you have
a
been
solid
doing it.
15
Yes.
minutes.
This is
Oh,
the bear.
more
I
than
should
that.
point out. We're just talking about the bear, but for people that are just tuning in that may not have heard the entire story, Oscar was at his sister's house in Pittsburgh, and they have children that are outgrowing their stuffed animals, and there was a brand new bear that was in their house, and Oscar
Cartoon
commandeered
size.
that
5 feet.
cartoon-sized bear and brought it back to Washington, D.C., specifically to give to my infant son. And then he brought it in on Thursday's show. And on Thursday's show, when I was packing up to move back down to Florida, I did not take it with me because it was too much of a hassle. When I told my wife that Oscar had got us a giant bear for the baby, she just completely lambasted me
Yes.
and said I was ungrateful, I was rude, and that Oscar took the time to bring this bear in, and I could not have the decency. And I said, well, it was just too big. And then I realized we could have easily gotten the bear to come into the house.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
so,
yeah.
And
the
now
car.
what have
I
we
could have
got? We've
made
got the bear here in Washington, D.C., and his head is wet from palm sweat.
it. Right. I have one directive for Mac, though, okay?
Yes.
And this is for all the interns.
Pages.
Whatever you do, don't poke the bear.
That's right. Mike, I know you're using a figure of
actually love
speech.
that.
You're using a figure of speech, but I think if we were to leave him alone with the bear,
Right.
the poking might commence.
Right.
I
know,
wonder,
bears-
why is the bear face down on the ground? That's what I want to know.
Bears climb trees, you know, Rob.
Yes, they do.
And you know what they do with trees? They make paper.
What? You're real? Wow. The fiber of the
I'll
paper?
Stop. I'll stop. I'm done.
That was a
Tired
bit of a
this
stretch.
Just
I'm
announce
tired of this.
it.
Don't talk about
Just
the book.
announce it.
Yeah.
Fine.
What,
No,
the
no,
book?
no.
No, we're going to do it on Monday.
No, because that's
We're gonna
you-
do
This
it on
bit's
Monday.
going to drive me up the wall all week.
Yeah, everything
Nope.
drives you up the wall.
Yeah, you know what? You're
Monday,
lucky
Mr.
something
Man.
does.
Mr. Man.
Money.
Yes,
and
I am.
business.
I am so
Man.
lucky.
Yeah, please. Who else is going to run this enterprise? You two?
Our chief business manager has directed us not to mention this until next Monday.
A week from today.
You jerks.
So if there are any sleuths out there,
That's right. You got to be Jim Rockford to figure this one out.
that's right. Ain't it pretty?
You got
Ain't it
to
pretty?
add up all the numbers.
It sure is pretty. I sure like it.
Even the bear knows about it.
So
Mac's
one of
not a furry. We know that.
You're not a furry, but we do need to name the bear because I think the bear needs to stay in the studio as a mascot.
I think we gave it a name. It was like
Did we give it a name?
Philip or Denzel, something like that.
I don't recall any name. Certainly not Denzel. Denzel, Mike.
You want to call me a bear? You want me to be a bear? That's right. I'm going to be a bear, so I'm going to be a bear. If you want me to be that bear, then I'll be that bear for you. That was really not a very good.
What about
Denzel.
Fred? No, it wasn't.
Fred is too easy. Too obvious.
Hey Mac, would you like to name the bear? I bet you name fur animals, stuffed animals. I bet you've named
Fur
stuffed
animals.
before. Fur animals. Sorry, it's been just a very taxing Monday already.
Understood.
I'm ready to
Let's
discontinue
put
this.
a lot of weight and importance on this name, Mac, and let's see how you do.
I like what
Hold
Pony,
on and take your time, okay?
Yeah, really.
I like
about
what
it.
Pony said at before the
No,
show.
no. You really can't use Pony's words because this one's
What
on
is
you.
it with young people today? Listen, I'm a big idea stealer. I'm a radio person.
Yeah.
You know? I've stolen ideas all my life. That's what I do, and that's what people in show business do. You know, there's an old adage in show business, Mac. There's no original idea. Or
right.
The great, Don Geronimo, who once said a line that he probably stole, but he said it, and I remember him said, "If you steal from me once, you've stolen from me twice." Or something like that.
If you steal from me, you're stealing.
If
twice.
you steal from me, you're stealing twice. That's it. So that's what he used to say, and some of us don't remember it like we should. But anyway, originality is the key. So we're looking for and all we're asking you to do is name the bear. We're giving you an amazing opportunity right now.
Really a chance
So
to live
instead
on
of
and show
mentioning
lore.
Pony,
You can get this.
Okay.
I ask you, Mac, go ahead, name the bear.
How about Andy?
Gosh. Jesus. Andy!
Andy is the bear. All right, now would you do me a favor?
Sure.
Is there a chance I'd like to see Andy when I'm doing the show?
Oh my God.
Can we put Andy
Yeah, you
next
can
to
put-
Oscar?
Yeah, you can put him next to me. Well,
Put
better
Andy
than,
next
better
to
than
Oscar.
right next to Mac.
Yeah, well,
Maybe
Mac is-
fornicating with it.
Just
a little,
Andy.
a little foreplay.
He's at a
Rob, he succeeded. He did it. He did it with one try.
Yeah, but you know
Andy.
what he did? He named it ironically poorly, and we've embraced it because he did so badly.
It's such a bad, but sometimes so bad is good.
It's
And
Andy the Bear.
It's Andy the bear. There's a Oscar. That bear is not going to my son. That bear is staying in the studio.
Oh, that's good news for
That bear is
Carla
staying in the
and
studio.
good news for Oscar.
I think that's a great idea. Let's see. Hold on. And now this is when we turn Oscar into a puppeteer.
Oh no!
Hey, Oscar, does Andy like being in the studio? Andy, do you like being in the studio? Andy, I was hoping you'd be a mime where he just
I was
nod.
hoping he'd nod.
He
Yeah.
just nods.
Can you make
He
him
does,
nod?
but Andy, you like being in the studio?
Yeah.
No, he's just like this.
No, really, you know what happens is instead of nodding, he's got the palsy. Poor Andy Bear.
Oh, God. We will take a break. And Rob did his first foray to that horrible amusement park this weekend.
Fantastic.
We will come back and talk to him about that. And I want to take you to the Spiwax automobile driving back and
Okay.
find out what it's all about. We'll take a break. This is the Mike O'Mara Show.
They just say is please me or spend some time and rock a rhyme. I said it's not that easy.
Kick it! Yeah! Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. This segment of the program is brought to you by our Amazon page. Amazon is the best way to buy anything, and I mean anything. Books, movies, games, toys.
What was the
groceries.
first thing on that list?
Books.
Oh, okay. I missed
weird.
it. Yeah.
Movies, games, toys, groceries, tools, and it's the best place in the world to buy Open Mic. From corporate radio to new media, the story of the Mike O'Mara Show. Sorry. Is it too early to do that?
No, it's never too early.
I like to buy
advanced sales.
huge bears on Amazon.
The official announcement will be coming on a week from Monday. Books, movies, games, toys, groceries, tools, and it's the best place in the world to buy electronics. Get ready for summer by checking out Amazon's vast selection of flip-flops and sandals. Also, Amazon has all the top reviewed headphones at the best prices, so you can take your summer tunes on the go with you. And you'll always know how long until your summer vacation if you browse the new and popular clocks.
Great clocks. It's the best place in the world, Mike, to buy a clock. Digital or analog, anything, you name it. They got
Clocks.
it.
Amazon's got... Say, if you want to make a splash at your next pool party, Amazon has dozens of bagpipes to choose from, starting at under $200.
Change
Amazon
back.
has...
Yeah.
Amazon has everything for your home and your office, whether it's paper clips, coffee, clothes, electronics, or cleaning supplies. If you need it, Amazon has it. Always open at MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon.
That's Amazon, Mike.
The best way to save money and support this show. Remember to bookmark Amazon at MikeO'MaraShow.com and click that link always.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you all very much. Let me get to Rob Spiewak.
Yes.
And the wonderful world of Rob. Rob Spiewak, a man of many talents and many passions and simple pleasures. None simpler than his total love of King's Dominion.
Yeah, it was a great
And
visit yesterday.
Oscar, did you catch any of Rob's social media?
Oh, I did.
Maniacal posting because he was so happy and excited.
It's a profile of what every American family should be. Where you drive an hour south and joy and happiness ensue.
They never get bored with it.
No.
I mean, they're
it
taking
was great.
videos of their son and daughter who are riding the bumper cars. So and the thing about it is
selfies all around.
When their kids get older, I know that I'm almost 1,000% sure. My father had me do yard work. That's what he did for fun. Okay,
Right.
His weekends were spent. I don't think your kids are going to get to be 21 to 25, 30, and they're going to look back and go, "Oh, I hate to go to amusement parks because my parents always." I don't think that's going to happen. I think they're going to love amusement parks.
It was such a great day. I mean, if you look at it, the weather was great. The park was not that crowded. And it was our first trip. And this is KD 40, Mike, the 40th anniversary of King's Dominion.
Oh,
okay.
No.
So they've brought back a lot of stuff.
How about when they start advertising, we mention that.
All right, well, you brought it up.
How about when we start, when they start advertising, then we for now we mention that.
All right,
okay?
very good.
I'm real happy that you like to go to your little stinky theme park, but the fact
It
is,
smelled
when they
wonderful.
Come on, oh my ass, it does. I'm sure it's
very clean. It's early in the season, Mike. Although they had to close down the Berserker due to vomit.
Oh,
there you go.
No.
But they clean it up. They clean it up, and this happens.
There it is. And there is the reason that I am not a fan of those places, because so many germs from other stinky, sweaty people.
I don't know.
What was the high temperature yesterday?
The high temperature was beautiful. It was like 82.
Yeah.
So flawless.
Perfect.
Flawless weather.
Really
for that.
textbook weather for it. Yeah.
Sunny.
Here's how I did. First of all, I love the Post. I really do, because the Posts show me, you are in your happy place, and you I guess had a little childhood flashback from when you were there in 1976.
Because they brought back the singing mushrooms, Mike.
The singing mushrooms who sing a barbershop quartet.
Yeah.
And it's cute and it's funny. But then my mind went here, and then I saw Carrie. I think Carrie posted the picture of the kids on the bumper cars.
I did. That was a video. I did
video.
That. She
You
was
did
in
that,
it, though.
of course you
She
did.
was in it because she likes the
Oh,
bumper
yes.
cars.
The documentarian. So
I
this
can't
is where
understand,
my
Mike. Do you like it or do you not like it? Because you
I
said
do.
both. Okay.
No, I do. No, I don't like King's Dominion, but I like your joy at going to
Okay,
King's
all right,
Dominion.
okay.
Because I completely can get into it and talking about it on the show, but I wouldn't want to be with, when my kid gets to be that age, it's going to be, what a wonderful place to go with his mother. So I'm really looking forward to him doing that. But I will tell you this, and Oscar, you'll like this, because I picture, this is the little playlet that I played in my mind.
Okay.
I immediately went to, they're in this theme park for like 9 hours. They're there all day. They arrive early, they stay late. And my feeling, and it was Sunday.
Yes.
And suddenly I transported myself to the Spiewak family vehicle.
Right.
As the drive home began.
Yes.
And you hit that 95 traffic on Sunday. And my question is, tell me if you don't mind, Rob,
Not at all.
about the King's Dominion hangover, because it's got to be massive. There's no way that you, the happy Spiwax,
No, you're right.
get in the car and say, "Hey, what a fantastic time we had." No, your diversion is over.
It's
and you're
over,
going-
and you know
you're
what?
all going back to
It's
reality.
different than a Saturday departure. Because
Okay.
the kids are, well, tomorrow's school. I said,
Yeah,
tomorrow's
right.
work for me and Mom, too. Let's try to keep our
Right.
chin up.
There
Try to
you
keep
go,
our
but
chin up.
Everybody pretty ragged out. Is
Yeah,
there, is
but
there
there
a
was a
ragginess
weird
in the car?
There was a weird curveball that I'm gonna tell you about now that I think you'll enjoy. Is that one of
Okay.
Julia's best friends, Jillian, was going to come with us, but Jillian was busy, and so Julia said, "Would it be okay if I brought another young man?" And it's a young fella that she brought. I won't
boy.
Say, I won't say his name out of respect to him.
Oh my God! How old is Julia now?
Julia is 7th grade, just finishing up 7th grade.
Which celebrity would he resemble the most?
He has a certain Biberian quality.
Oh Jesus!
He's a
So she wanted
good-looking
to
young
bring a-
kid, and
She
he's
wanted to bring a
polite.
boy.
Yeah, but here's where it became the sort of curveball as we got there, and we wrote a couple things, all of us together. And
What
then,
time did you arrive at the bar?
we got there for a 10:30 opening. We got there just before 11.
And what time did you leave your home
We
to do that?
we left the house. We picked him up at about 8:45. So the day
So
began
what-
at about 8:45.
8:45.
And then we drove down there.
Does he live in
and
the neighborhood?
He does. They have some classes together.
Can they
Okay,
walk?
but
walk
he's like
to each
in your
other?
community. He's in your community.
Yeah, yeah. A lot. It turns out they meet each other at the pool sometimes.
Oh, this is creepy.
I was going to say they can walk to each other's house.
Yeah. Well, Julia's not going to do that. She's too lazy. But she might ride her bike. Might ride her bike. But he
Apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
We got there and we wrote a couple things, and then Carrie said, if you guys want to sort of split off and do your own thing, it's easy now because you got your cell phones and stuff.
Yeah,
so if you
yeah,
need to
yeah,
link,
yeah.
and Julia said, "Well,
That's a nice move on Mommy's part.
Oh, that's the worst move.
And then Julia said,
split
"Well,
off, find a corner, and make out.
I don't know."
Please.
And then before Julia got to the O and I don't know, the other kid said, "Yeah, that'd be great. We'll see you later." Zoom, and they're off, and we didn't see them for hours. And
So, did
I'm
you
okay.
not approve?
No.
Did you not approve of? Hold on, Rob. Did you not approve of Carrie's decision to
No,
send them off? On
it's a
their own?
valid offer, but here's what the curveball was, is that this was the first time that it wasn't a family unit at King's Dominion. Julia was off doing her own thing, and it's
Right.
another factor. It was weird.
And part of your joy is the whole
Watching
fam
them do that
gets to
stuff.
do
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
Right.
So
And
it was
now
weird.
7th grade is what? 14, 13?
She
13.
turned. She is 13. She will be 14 in December.
Okay. She is 13,
Going on 14.
Won't ride the rides with Dad no more.
Mike, try to
She's
conceal
growing
your
up
heartbreak. Okay.
She
she's
brought a
growing
boyfriend on the
up,
family trip.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you're
But he's not a
growing
boyfriend.
Older.
So she screams.
What is he?
Well, he's a boyfriend, but she won't say it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Are they
let's-
going steady? Are they
Without,
going
without
together?
mentioning names,
Right.
without mentioning names, and obviously your daughter asked you not to mention his name.
No, she didn't
Right.
ask. I'm preventing getting an axe in the back of my head. So I'm just
Okay.
as a respect to him.
So without mentioning names, we can certainly talk about the lad. You
Yes.
said a certain Biberian quality.
Yeah, he's
Now,
got
that
a,
tells me that he. Hold on. That tells me that he is. He might look a little like him, but he might have a tude like him too.
No, you know what? It's a total physical thing. He's got a sort of a mod, longish haircut, the kind of floppy in his eyes haircut, and he's very respectful. He's not as chatty as I thought he might be, and
That's a
No,
warning.
you don't like
that's
that.
That's a red flare right
No,
there.
he's
like
too
for the kids to open up to the
too
dad.
quiet,
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't want him to
Maybe
be
he was
quiet.
nervous.
Maybe.
What's your favorite subject in school? I like reading. And then nothing, no words
Yeah.
after that. Was the lack? Now let me ask you this.
Yeah.
And I know you're very nice to bring this to the table because you don't do this very often.
Well, it
And-
was a definite concern, and for a family that goes quite literally to the theme park a dozen times a year, the
Yes.
fact that this is something different, it changed the dynamic of the trip.
right.
So it threw me a little.
The lack of communication.
Mm-hmm.
is that a result, in your opinion? I know you're a tremendous judger, and no
Yes.
one's going to be more judged than this young lad.
Right.
Was the lack of communication based on the fact that this young man was not willing to talk to the adults, or perhaps not capable of having a good conversation with the adults?
This is a tough call because on the
dumb
way
kid,
home,
Rob.
I know on the way home, Carrie sort of overtook the mantle of trying to draw him out.
Yes.
And he seemed like he was quiet on purpose, like he was holding back. And then there was another factor in the car. You talk about the King's Dominion hangover.
And both you and your wife are not all that confrontational, so that
No,
would have
I'd
been,
call us
you know,
friendly, Mike. I mean,
you're,
we're very.
you're friendly, but you weren't going to call the kid on it.
No,
you know, it's
no,
just like,
no.
You know, I mean, with me
I'm
in the
gonna be the
Omera car,
worst
it would have been serious. If I'm driving him down there, I'd be like, yo, hey, douche, cat got your tongue? I want some information here, okay? For Christ's sake.
You want to make out with my daughter? You got to spill it.
I'll try that quote next time. So the way the car was set up is that we went down in the Tahoe.
Hold on, we have to take a break here. We
Oh,
have
is
to
it
take a
time?
break and we
Do
have to
let's
come
take a
back.
time, please.
Because congratulations, Mr. Spiewak, on your second segment. It's coming up.
Oh, it's a big victory all around.
Yes,
Everyone's pleased.
We were just we'll get to more on the Spiewaks and Justin Bieber go to King's Dominion. Big fun, everybody. We'll take a break. This is the Mike O'Mara Show. We'll be right back, everybody.
Hi, I'm Marcus on Omericast. Omericast is a show about more broadcasting. We play clips each and every week looking back at the past week's shows, like the Mike O'Mara Show, Rob and Joe, Tech 411, It's Mickey, or Cake and Cookies, the Rob and Katie Show. We're going to talk about those clips. We're going to share our own anecdotes and how we relate to it. We're even going to bring you, the fan, into our show so that you can share your stories as well. Catch us every Monday on iTunes, Stitcher, or MikeO'MaraShow.com. Omericast, part of the More Broadcasting Network.
New episodes when Marcus comes back from his 2-week vacation. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. I should just get off his back, but that just seemed comical after all of that I got. That was the email, going on a 2-week vacation. I hope he has a good time. Anyway, welcome to back to the Mike O'Mara Show, brought to you by the Man Grate.
Oh, I love it.
What is the Man Grate, you ask? Ask me what the Man Grate is.
Hey, Mike, I got a question. What is that Man Grate?
It's great. They are 100% made in America cast iron grilling grates. They are revolutionizing the way people grill. This is the season, and I know around the D.C. area and around most of America, over the weekend, one of the greatest smells is people firing up the BBQs. And Man Grates lets you do that better than anything else. Men Health magazine calls it one of the best grilling accessories that money can buy. And you know what? Man Grates are the perfect gift for this Father's Day. They're great for your dads. They're great for grads as well. They're great for the new couple that just got their first home or condo or their apartment. Even for yourself. Doesn't Dad deserve the best? Damn right he does. So click on the Man Grate banner at MikeO'MaraShow.com for their $19.99 Dad's Day special. Remember, each order comes with a spectacular Man Grate grilling brush.
Mike, look here. I want you to see this. See what that is? That's my keychain. And what I've done is I've drilled a hole in the handle of the Man Grate grill brush, and I've got it right here on my keys. So everywhere I go, I've always got the Man Grate grill brush with me. I can use it on my grill or anything that needs a little TLC when you clean it.
Mike O'Mara Show is not responsible for Rob Spiewak's lies during Man Grate.
Right on my keychain out here.
The best grill brush out there, hands down. Again, that's the Man Grate Grill Enhancement System. Order today at MikeO'MaraShow.com, and you'll have the juiciest, most delicious Father's Day ever. And we thank you in advance for that. And we are back, talking with Rob Spiewak.
Yes.
All this came out of the fact that I just pictured the family Spiewak heading back from KD, King's Dominion, after 9 hours in a theme park. And the joy is over. The diversion is over. And yes, Oscar.
I just have a couple questions about the X Factor, if you don't mind.
The X Factor
being
is
not
great show.
Not the
Isn't that the
show.
Simon Cowell program?
Julia's
incredible
boyfriend being on the trip with
Yeah,
her.
friend who is a boy.
Yeah, one, did he pay for his own ticket?
He did. He was totally. We were prepared to buy him a ticket, but he
Very
had
nice
a
of
ticket
you.
with him, and we were prepared to pay for his meals. He took care of all of his meals in the park. We did buy him dinner on the way
Very
home.
sweet.
But
Did
yeah, he
he-
was very well polite that way.
Did he buy Julia maybe like a Slurpee or a
I
snow
believe
cone?
he bought her Dippin' Dots, the ice cream Mike of the future.
So he brought his own. He brought his own money along.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was.
I like that.
Like,
Good
like
guess.
money to get into the park. Or
He bought
money
his own
just
ticket to the
spend?
park and money to spend. Yeah, so I can't fault him
now,
there.
Did you offer to buy his ticket?
I believe the discussion went. I said to Carrie and the way down, "Are we paying him? Are we paying to get him in?" And she said, "I don't know." And then she said, "Dawson, what are your plans for getting in?" He said, "I've already printed out the ticket."
Yeah, I've got a ticket for myself.
And I believe I just said his name. We're gonna have to bleep that.
You got it. Oh no.
Oh, I love that creak.
But he was. But the thing is on the way home when you were talking about the King's Dominion hangover,
our survey said. Show me herpes.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Very good. No, he's far too young.
No, he's fine. So I turned to Carrie and I said, about Newkirk, I have a question. Is that... No, on the way home, Carrie's trying to draw him out, and Carrie is really doing a yeoman's job, asking him, like, favorite subjects, favorite teachers and stuff, and he's just so quiet about it. And then I think Carrie kind of gives up, and here's the thing that was the weirdest of all, is on the ride back, they are texting back and forth. This kid and Julia are texting on their phones.
In the car.
They're sitting next to each other, and they're texting back and forth.
Oh, that is
and
not
I
okay.
think what I'm getting...
That boy, that just makes my blood boil.
I asked her, I said, what are you doing? She says, we're texting. I said, you realize you're 18 inches apart? She said, yeah, but we're doing code words, and it's funny. And I said, oh, boy. Oh, boy.
What's the code word for
don't even, don't say it. But the thing that really bothered me.
Look, I know Rob doesn't want to embarrass him. We're not going to mention names, but we do have some tape.
Oh, good.
Do we?
Of the young man. That
Okay,
was,
excellent.
In question here. He's a terrific guy.
Yeah.
And I guess we're not going to hear that today. Sorry.
Well, as I said, Mike, he's not very forthcoming.
How many times have I tried to work this? You know, it's very frustrating.
He's not very forthcoming. I imagine you asked him a question, you got silence as well.
Oh, man.
What I got a glimpse of on the ride home is what I have to imagine is I'm Julia, and I'm in school, and I'm being cool Julia, which is different.
Oh, cool Julia is I'm not friends with my parents.
Yeah,
Julia.
and
Okay.
and I mean, it's just a total different presentation.
Yeah.
You've met Julia a million times. Mike, you've noticed since she was born.
She's a wonderful child.
She's like talking to a grown-up. She's polite, and I'm very proud of her for that. But then in the car, I hear something like, well, that's what happened, and she did this, and the teacher said that, and I was like,
so
this.
it's a
and
side
she
of
was,
your daughter that you're not a big fan of.
And I said, Julia, let's table the word like for a while, because you're saying it like a whole bunch.
Incidentally, can I just give you a little credit, Father Robert? I mean, really bad. Way to go. I mean, that's it. Hey, amen. Stay on him for that. I'm still, mine are 16 and 18, and I'm still on him about that. I'm still on him about that.
But it's so true. But the thing is,
like word, like. It's not like. Like, what did you do? Like this? Like. Stop it.
It
Take
is
it
or
out
it
of your
isn't, right?
vernacular.
Yeah. But she, in real life, is quite wonderful to speak to. But I think she's putting on some sort of a personality.
Down for the boy.
She's dumbing it down.
And boy, that is what that was the only bad thing of the day, is when I got to see that.
She's dumbing it down.
I think
but
she is.
Really, so the kid, not forthcoming. I'm not hearing real positives
you know what?
coming out of you.
He is absolutely polite. He answers when he's spoken to. He makes eye contact.
And he's
but
a
he's
kid.
not. And he's a kid.
He's a kid.
He's
At
a
that
13-year-old
age,
kid. But
I'm going to give you the benefit of it.
I just want, you know what?
Oscar might not.
And
no, I'd be reading her text messages.
And Julia, you know what?
What really went down today?
She clean. You could have used really different words.
No, I didn't mean it that way. You jerk.
You're a jerk. Julia, you know what? She'll scream up and down that it's not her boyfriend. And what do I have but to believe it?
No, he's got cooties.
Right. But seeing them together was not the vibe that I got. And it's not, there's nothing wrong with it, because she's a great girl and he seems to be a fine kid. I like his parents a lot. But it's definitely the next step for Julia, and it's weirding me out as a dad.
Do they hold
Nuclear
hands?
family, mom, dad together?
Yeah, great family. Yeah. 2 older sisters.
Legally in this
country? 2 older sisters?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. And the dad...
Yeah, are they immigrants?
Yes, Mike, from Slovakia. They just got in the country.
from England.
18 months ago.
Our survey said...
No, you know what? I've known the family for a little while. He was in Greece, so I know them from that.
They met on set.
Yeah, they did. It was one of those backstage romances.
Nice.
But, you know, it's as perfect as it can be. It's still a boy in my little girl's life. And Mike Douglas sang about it.
In my little girl's life.
And you've twice been through it now, but this is my first time. Stop it! Stop it right now! That's never appropriate.
Really
As Oscar would say, that is not okay.
Yeah, that is
My
not
finger
okay.
slipped.
Well,
Okay, well, good luck with
hilarious.
that.
Yeah.
So, Kings Dominion trip scale of 1 to 10. What do you give it?
You know what? It was a 9.5. The park
Ooh,
was
wow.
clean and beautiful. And
Not too crowded?
No. The only real line we had to wait in was in the Volcano Blast Coaster. But that's always the longest line in the park.
Oh, good for you, Daddy. And did you get your turkey leg?
Did. It was tasty.
You trolled for somebody to spot you. Did
Nobody
anybody spot
spotted me, and it
oh,
shocked
those
me.
bastards.
I know, but
Nobody
you know
went
what?
down to Kings Dominion to see you.
On a Sunday. How
I
dare
think
they?
because it wasn't very crowded in the park. It wasn't.
We're slipping.
But
We're
you know
slipping.
what?
We are
No,
slipping.
it's a Sunday. Who the F goes to Kings Dominion on a Sunday?
The Spiewak family.
Although Julia did have great joy, and when you're in a theme park, you see the same people over and over again because there's just a finite amount of places you can be. So anytime Julia would spot me, she would scream from across the park, "Hey, it's Radio's Rob Spiewak!" Which I'm sure was making her boyfriend laugh and laugh because look at the silly fat man.
When you eat your giant Fred Flintstone style turkey leg,
yes,
where do you go? Do you have a special spot?
Well, there's only one
place.
place.
You think about it.
Mike,
I mean, you must go. I'm not talking about where you buy it. I'm talking about where you go to eat.
There's a table there. Yes, it's in Old Virginia, Mike. The Country Kitchen. What happens if you, Mike, if you go into Candy Apple Grove, and as you come in at the back of the park, Ferris wheels to your left.
Candy Apple Grove.
That's right, Mike. And as a matter of fact, for the 40th anniversary, they put up the original candy apples. It was great. And they
along with the mushrooms,
the singing mushrooms, of course. And I think
what?
I think they re-recorded the music for the singing mushrooms because the fidelity was fantastic.
Like
if
terrific.
Mike, when you're cruising around looking for something to look at on TV tonight, I invite you to look at the classic George Segal movie Roller Coaster.
Roller Coaster.
Yes. About a third of it was shot in Kings Dominion, and the mushrooms are in that. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's a fascinating
How
look
do
back.
you know all this?
Oh, it's great. I love that theme park.
It's what occupies his brain, and it's what we have. There's nothing
God
that'll ever
bless him.
change him. It's who he is. It's the reason I'm gonna, it's gonna be a question, a horse race. It's gonna be like the Belmont, who dies first. But it's if I reflect on that brain, I'll start sobbing.
Oh, because
it makes it so sweet.
For
It's
the
so-
good
it's
of
such a
America,
wonderful
Mike,
brain.
and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. For the good of
Yes.
America, I hope I die first. You have so much left to give.
Thanks so much.
And
I
whereas
appreciate
I've sort
that.
of been running on empty for 2 years.
I truly do. Now on to our next compatriot here, Mr. Oscar Santana.
Yes.
Simple question for you.
Yes.
Is Santana Air real?
Yes. I actually have
It's
a
a-
client after. I have a client after the show today. I'm gonna.
Was that picture that Todd Moore put up yesterday?
Yeah, he was my
that
second
a real
client.
Now, what did you?
So
now,
that
when
it's real.
When
Yes.
Todd contracted you, what did you hire to take pictures of his ego?
No. No, my Sunday.
That'd be the only way to get a good picture of it.
My Sunday was I went in, I had the back brakes and emergency brake. I helped a friend change Shannon's brakes. So I did that all morning. And
Them's the brakes, Mike.
And then
You changed the brakes on a car?
yes, I learned how to do that. It was pretty cool.
Oh, cool. For
And
you.
then, for some reason, he said, "I would like for you today to take a day and drive in the mountains. Just relax, go
I'd
enjoy."
love to know how to. You know what? I had a brake job done recently on my vehicle before I
that
came up to
code?
Washington. And yeah, I got a brake job, baby.
Yeah, Mike.
You gotta bleed the brakes. Yeah.
No, I had it done. I mean, I'd like to be able to do that. That's cool.
Oh,
So
your
you think
neighbors
you-
would love it.
I still couldn't do it by myself, though I have a better understanding of how it's done. Actually, on a 2001 Avalon, the hardest part was the drum brake. So they have a drum emergency brake, and the whole process took about 6 hours. It was actually too
6
long.
hours.
Yeah,
Wow.
I signed up for 2 in my head, and I said, "Oh, it's been 6 hours."
Were you able to bill her for all 6 hours?
No,
though?
no, you know, I'm
it was
just
a
being a
2 hour. In the
Who
book.
is this?
guy.
Is this some gearhead that you know? a
Yeah.
pal of yours?
One of my good friends. Well, the dealership came back with like a $1,700 price tag, and I said, "There's got to be a better way to do
Oh,
this."
he said, "Screw that! I'm calling
Yeah.
Cooter."
So we'll figure it out. So After that, Todd had asked me the night before. He said,
How you doing there, Oscar? You come out of the house about 8 a.m. Saturday morning. We'd love to have you here. We'll have some sweet tea on the porch. And
You notice I'm doing the Ray Stevens.
Yeah, I was going to say Ray Stevens, fix my Santa Claus is watching you.
we'll have some sweet tea in the porch, and you'll be able to do the brake job on the car. Yes, sir. Won't cost you no $1,700.
Oscar, I got a question. When you do something like a brake job, this is not changing a bulb. This is not fixing a speedometer. This is something that if the job is done halfway, people will die.
Yes.
Did any fear of that enter your mind when you're doing a brake job? I would be horrified to try and do something like that on my
friend's
own.
a master mechanic, so I knew that he was going to know exactly what to do. He's one of the guys that would make a Fast and Furious.
Did he have a bitchin' set of tools?
Yes, he did. And you know what? You feel like less of a man once. And what was nice about him, he was actually teaching me about what was happening, right? Because I really do have an interest in this.
Took him by the waist.
And I said, how did you even get into this? But you have to have a certain mindset to actually sit there and be like, and do exactly what you said. If I don't do this right, someone may die.
And he
right?
said, Oscar, and he whispered in his ear, lefty loosey, righty tighty.
Here you go. Okay, now you want to take the lug.
Pass me the drum brakes.
Here you go. Okay, yeah.
Where are the pads?
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Now you want to put your weight into it. Put your weight into it.
I don't know if this if this piece was machined right.
Did he ask you to lay on your back?
The rotors. We did the rotors, pads, and the actual e-brake.
Did you lay on the e-brake?
Yes.
Now, did you lay on the back of the roller thing?
No, we just jacked it up. We had one of those NASCAR jacks that jacks up the car.
Rob and I are playing the same movie in our heads right now, that you're lying on your back on the roller underneath the car, and suddenly between your legs, his head pops up and says, "Brought you a tuna sandwich."
No. Don't lay on your back, change brakes.
No, what happens is he lays on his back, but it's better for the story. He's laying on his back, and he rolls out, and the friend is standing there shirtless. He says, "It's just so hot in the garage."
He told me all these mechanic jokes. He told me all these mechanic jokes. I was actually kind of dying. They're dirty jokes, but they're funny.
He's underneath the car on that roller thing, and suddenly he feels the laces on his sneakers getting undone, and he feels this getting a nice foot rub. You know, just thought you might be uncomfortable.
That's right.
You
can't hit a brake pedal if your feet are tired. So here, I brought some aloe vera.
There you go. Why don't you go? Listen, come back here in my shed. I want to show you where my tools are. Yeah, get that. Yeah, it's the wrench in the back. No, a little further than that.
Oh!
You're gonna be my slave now, Santana.
Not like that.
Yeah, ties him
You're
up
gonna
with
be my slave.
ties him up with tire chains and makes him listen to dirty mechanic jokes. Are you aroused now? Are you aroused, Oscar?
So let me tell you my first dirty mechanic joke. So Pete's working on a 1968 Volkswagen Beetle, and Pete was fully engorged. That's my great.
Well, there's one clean one that I could say.
Oh, you know what?
You have
this
a clean.
is great.
You have a joke.
Oscar
hold on.
never tells jokes.
Hold on a second. It is time for Oscar Santana's
Joke of the Day.
This is perhaps a new feature.
Do you know how you can tell a mechanic just had sex?
How?
How?
His hands are clean. Nothing? No. I laughed.
Man.
Can I tell another one?
Yeah, go
Do
ahead.
you really think it's going to help the
Yes.
situation?
You need to.
Okay.
You need to.
How can you tell a mechanic just fingered a chick?
Oh,
nice.
We can't do that. We can't do that. We can't do that. That's not. Hello. I mean, look. I know that Mr. Bridges has a rather liberal sense of rules, but we can't do that to him. I mean, he's got a license
All right.
to protect.
What's
for
the
Christ's sake.
punchline?
These two fingers are clean.
Okay. Oh, no.
All right.
Jesus.
All right.
Boy, I'm
Hey,
sorry I missed that afternoon.
Can I tell a joke?
Yeah, go ahead.
How can you tell Mike O'Mara has lost his mind?
How?
He just let Oscar tell 2 jokes in a row. That's it.
Wow. So your mom's going to be driving this car now?
No. Shannon's driving it.
Oh, Shannon's driving. Yeah,
forget it.
All right. Not your mother. Hey, drive really fast, right up on the ramp, and then hit it with both feet. Just jam that brake on. If it works,
we
you're
betted
okay.
the brakes and everything. They're fine.
Yeah.
They're okay?
Yeah, they're good.
And what was the total outlay? How much did you end up spending?
$330.
Just for the brake pads?
So you saved 75%.
Yeah.
Wow.
Way to go, Mr. Math.
Mike, have I told you about my vacation plans?
No.
I'm headed up to the Finger Lakes.
This is a good show. All the guys are in the pink today. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back with news you may not need on the Mike O'Mara Show.
I got my mind set on you. I got my mind set on you.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. You know, trips to the post office are becoming a thing of the past. That's why we are telling you all about Stamps.com. Live in the now.
Yeah, man.
It's 2014, Daddy-O. In this day and age, you just don't need to go to the post office anymore, thanks to Stamps.com. Everybody knows that going to the post office is a drag, finding the time, finding parking, waiting in line, but you probably don't know that you're paying more for postage than you have to. Stamps.com is the better way. Buy and print official U.S. postage for any letter or package using your computer and printer, then just hand it to your mailman. Plus, with Stamps.com, I don't know why I'm doing Bing Crosby during this commercial.
Because I made you say Daddy-O.
Daddy-O. With Stamps.com, you get special discounts that you can even get at you can't even get at the post office. Bit of a stop with the impression, tell people about the product.
Okay.
Stamps.com gives you special discounts that you can't even get at the post office, so why wait? We use Stamps.com, and we love it. It saves time, money, and our sanity. Act now for a 30-day free no-risk trial and $110 bonus offer, including a free digital scale and up to $55 in free postage. Just go to Stamps.com and click on the microphone and use our code TMOS. Don't wait!
Don't wait!
Go to Stamps.com, and before you do anything else, click on the microphone at the top of the homepage and type TMOS. Remember, Stamps.com, everybody.
From around the globe, across the nation, looking through your neighbor's window, the Mike O'Mara Show now presents News You May Not Need. A comprehensive look at the stories you may or may not be talking about during your daily activity. And now, news you may not need.
Justin Bieber is apologizing after a years-old video surfaced showing the teenager telling a racist joke with the N-word in it. In a statement on Sunday to the Associated Press, Bieber said when he was a kid, he didn't realize how certain words could hurt. He says he learned from his mistakes and apologized for them, and now he is apologizing again because they have become public. I'm very sorry, Bieber said. I take all my friendships with people of all cultures very seriously, and I apologize for offending or hurting anyone with my childish and inexcusable behavior. You know, I never cut Justin Bieber any slack at all.
Right.
But he was truly a baby. I saw the video. He was a stupid little boy, and it's nice to see that he has matured so significantly.
Yeah.
Look, every time you see Bieber go through something like this, I just hope that he matures a little bit from it. I hope he gets a little more mature.
We'll
He
see.
should.
He's
And
a jerk,
he had
though.
a great time at KD this weekend.
Yeah, he did. He had a good time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With me,
Yeah,
you
good
see.
for him. All right. Singer Chris Brown was released early Monday from a Los Angeles County jail. L.A. Sheriff's Deputy Tony Moore told the Associated Press. Tony Moore said that Brown was released at 12:01 a.m. on Monday. That's kind of the celebrity release time. But he didn't have any more details. Brown had been in custody since mid-March when he was arrested after being expelled from a court-ordered rehab sentence for violating its rules. He did that in D.C. when he clocked the guy. Remember that?
That's right.
Yes.
Ray J was arrested after getting into an altercation at a swanky Beverly Hills hotel on Friday night, according to multiple reports. Authorities were called to the Beverly Wilshire Hotel after the singer, best known for making a sex tape in 2007 with Kim Kardashian, allegedly grabbed a woman's backside, according to a release from the Beverly Hills Police Department. Ray J, who was linked to Whitney Houston shortly before her death, was asked to leave the hotel after police spoke to him and the woman at the same time and determined that the incident was not a case of sexual battery and that the contact was incidental. But when the 33-year-old got to the valet area, he allegedly acted belligerently and refused to leave.
I think the problem is, Mike, you and I don't go to enough swanky hotels. Maybe we could be in on some of this action if we were among the swank.
We should get a plane this weekend, go out to the Beverly Wilshire. We really should.
I think that would be very nice. I'll wear a nice shirt.
as police took the brother of singer and actress Brandy into custody. I forgot that part about Ray J.
Oh, she's a fine girl.
It's Brandy's
Brother.
brother. That's
Little
right.
brother, I guess?
Little brother.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He allegedly kicked and shattered the side window of the police car. Not cool. And spat in an officer's face.
Oh.
Double not cool. He was booked for trespassing, vandalism, resisting arrest, and battery on a police officer. So that sounds like jail time to me.
I would think so.
Well, this is a long story. Feel free to chime in, but I got to share this about Casey Kasem. Did you hear about this?
Oh, this is an amazing tale.
He was hospitalized in Washington State on Sunday after a dramatic scene unfolded outside his house. The long and short of it, they find out that his health is deteriorating
horribly.
One of the daughters, his daughters from the other marriage. So they sent an ambulance out. It's ordered by Kitsap County Judge Jennifer Forbes. They send the ambulance out. Carrie Kasem is somebody that is the part of the other family. She testified that the doctor hired by Gene Kasem had told her that the 82-year-old father had developed infections in his lungs and bladder and has bed sores.
So Carrie Kasem is from the first marriage, not she's not by the Amazon wife.
No.
Yeah, it says here, Carrie was just very, very upset about it because her dad's health had deteriorated so much since she and Julie saw him on May 6th. That's according to the aunt, Mary Kasem. Jesus
Tragic.
Christ. How many people do we have talking to the press here?
Everybody.
The daughter, and then the uncle, and then the aunt. This is just, man, keep the family tight, baby.
Please.
Really?
Yeah,
then you don't have this. Just treat everybody in your family, whatever the circumstances, try to treat them nice.
Yeah, but I guess,
this crap.
I would always say this about money, but for years now, they've been trying to get their father back. And their husband.
Yeah, I'm with the
back,
family. Believe me, Oscar, I'm with the family. And Jean Kasem seems to be out of her mind here. On Sunday, Carrie Kasem arrived at the home with an ambulance to take Casey to a hospital, but paramedics were not allowed inside the Silverdale residence. You see the video of this, Rob?
This is it looks like just any sort of neighborhood house. I wonder how he ended up there.
We have been, Don and I went to Casey Kasem's Beverly Hills mansion. It was a palatial, gorgeous estate. It was a little weird back then. We kind of hung out in the garage, but he let us in and we talked to him. It was very, very special. But he's in this, one-story Rambler. Looks to be in one of the weaker sections of town. So it's sad. It's sad to see him how the mighty have fallen. A few minutes later, someone calls 911. A second ambulance and fire truck arrived. After the fire truck was called away to an emergency, Jean Kasem, the Amazonian Jean Kasem, who's 59, she walked downstairs and threw a pound of raw hamburger at Carrie Kasem.
The thing that is so weird about
Hold on,
this,
wait a minute. Let me finish what happens. The
Okay.
paramedics were finally able to go inside and pick up Casey, and they took him away. And when she threw the meat, she said, "In the name of King David, I threw a piece of raw meat into the street in exchange for my husband to the wild rabid dogs." I mean, God, she's out of her mind.
And
She's out of her
also,
mind.
it
It's
troubles
sad.
me. Casey is such a devout vegetarian that he stopped voicing Shaggy on Scooby-Doo. Scabby-Doo. Mike was his sick brother dog. Scooby-Doo. He stopped voicing Shaggy because they ate hamburgers. I mean,
Oh
it's
my
that
God.
he's that devout of a vegetarian. So I don't even know why they would have meat in the house.
That's tragic.
Weird. Just a weird, sad story, and an iconic radio personality.
Why did you and
It's sad
Don
to see
go
this.
there? I never heard that show.
We were out in Beverly Hills, and I think we just, we found out that's where he lived. Did he invite us there?
It was a morning show junket where they brought celebrities by, and you hit it off with him. And it was sort of an on-air offer to come
that's
to his
right.
house, never expecting you guys would call him on it.
Yeah, we said, "Hey, it's Don and Mike. We're here, Casey." We let us in the electronic gate opens
Are you
up.
kidding me?
We walked up his driveway. I think we took a cab there, believe it or not.
Taking a cab to Casey's house.
Yeah. Or we might have had our own car that we had used. Arsenio Hall, if you haven't heard this yet, his late-night show has been canceled after one season. This is the Variety quote. "Unfortunately, the Arsenio Hall show will not return for a second season. While there are many loyal fans of the show, the series did not grow its audience enough to continue." That's according to CBS.
Great show.
Arsenio is a tremendous talent, and we'd like to thank him for all the hard work and energy he put into the show. We'd also like to thank Tribune and all our station group partners for their support. Blah, 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 blah. Lick it, CBS. I hate that. The news comes 3 months after Jay Leno made a surprise appearance on the CBS show to tell Hall that it had been given a second year, and after the initial pickup, Hall issued a statement of his own. Anyway, he got picked up, and then they canceled him.
That's a shame because he's a wonderful talent.
Right. Oscar, this next story is for you.
Please.
LeVar Burton is everywhere. All of a sudden, last week, he raised $3.2 million and counting for his Reading Rainbow Classroom app, and he also recently did one of Reddit's Ask Me Anything chats. That's when he told a story about how Maya Angelou once scolded him for killing a bug.
Really?
It happened on the set of Roots back in the 1970s. He said, quote, "Some giant bug came crawling into the hut, and it was Dr. Maya. Cicely Tyson, me, and a young girl as well. I was a 19-year-old kid and didn't know a whole lot. I thought it was my responsibility to kill this bug to protect the women at the moment. And Maya lit into me something fierce, and I have never forgotten that look. She said, 'Just because you are larger than a thing gives you no right to think you have control over a life or death. Because you are larger and more powerful means you have a relationship to protect all life.'"
Wow.
Man, that would have been scary to be on the receiving end of that at 19.
So.
Yeah.
And you're in that Roots costume. So you're just like, oh, man.
That didn't help either, I'm sure. And now a little something. A naked guy ran out of the woods in the Czech Republic the other day, and it's not clear if he was on drugs or what, but according to witnesses, the man thought he was a dog.
Oh.
We're not sure how old he is, but he looks to be in his late 20s. Because he was on all fours growling, he tried to bite someone's tire and even lifted his leg to pee on a car. Then when the driver got out to yell at him, he started barking and kept darting in and out of traffic. Eventually, somebody called the cops, but by the time they showed up, he'd been hit by a car, everybody.
No.
Doctors put him in a medically induced coma while he recovers.
Yeah.
The good news, since he's unconscious, he won't have to wear that uncomfortable cone on his head. Thank you very much. We'll take a break and we'll come back with the audio ball and Rob Spiewak right after this. Everybody.
Mike?
Can you turn that up a little bit?
Yeah.
I'm just a love machine. A hug and kiss and thing. I think it's high time you knew whenever.
Mike, when he was in the
What's
coma.
that? We're having some interference on the video, aren't we?
At any time when he was in the coma, did he just start kicking his leg?
Just had an itch he couldn't scratch. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. You know, as I grow older and wiser,
Yes.
there is one thought that will always come to mind, one notion that I believe with all my being. And that is, you only truly regret the things you don't do.
Right.
Hey, listen, ladies and gentlemen, save yourself from agony and sadness. Today is the day for you to order your 2014 bonus show package. Don't miss half the year.
No.
Please get to it. Order now and you'll get all of the 2014 shows plus on-demand video access to each show and unlimited access to the entire anthology. This is a great way if you have just discovered the show and you love it and you want to catch up. It's wonderful and you'll enjoy it. Every TMOS bonus show since we started at $69.99, you save over 25%. We also have monthly packages, and always you can order a la carte. Check out all the details at MikeO'MaraShow.com and choose the one that's right for you. Just click the bonus show banner, the 2014 TMOS bonus package, because 5 hours a week just ain't enough. And because you never want to suffer the heartache of regret, we thank you. Oops, sorry, wrong sound effect. That's the one.
Better.
Back from Florida, getting used to this studio. Let's get to the audio vault with Mr. Rob Spiewak. Take it away, Rob.
We didn't even hear about your ride down to Florida, but I assume you were too busy to check out the new reality show Sing Your Face Off.
No, I didn't get a chance to see
Anyone
that
see
one.
Sing Your Face Off?
No.
This is a new show, and here's the gimmick, Mike. Here's the hook. There's B-level celebrities that put on makeup and costumes as A-level celebrities and sing their songs. So, perhaps, Mike, you're wondering what would it sound like if Sebastian Bach got dressed up as Lady Gaga and sang as Lady Gaga?
So this is the real Sebastian Bach?
Yes, singing in costume and makeup as Lady Gaga. It is such a train wreck, but it was worth it for one moment, Mike, because it features a celebrity that you and I both enjoy, the great John Lovitz.
Oh, who was he?
He did too.
Who was he?
He did Pavarotti, but the clip I chose to play
Oh, God.
is Elton John. He's not bad.
Whoa!
Shocking, right?
And they make them
I'm
look
loving
like
this
that.
show. Where's this? You're finding these shows.
I think it's NBC on
Yeah,
Saturday nights.
NBC.
Yeah. His
John
Pavarotti.
Lovitz can sing.
His Pavarotti sounded like Master Thespian. Remember that character he used to do?
Yeah.
But his Elton John is good.
So what is the competition end of this thing? Because I'm voting for Lovitz right
Which
now.
B-list celebrity could actually sing the
To capture
A-list
it best.
songs to capture it best?
And the other,
And do
the
they move on if they do that?
I don't know how the construction works. I was sort of
Because it was
half
that
watching.
bad a reality show,
the real winner, Mike, is if you can stand the host without kicking your TV screen in. Your best bet is to look online for the clips and save yourself an hour. But Elton
thank you
John,
for the tip. I will do that.
Elton John as I'm sorry, John Lovitz is Elton John, or we'll just call him Elton John.
Can
Lovitz.
I hear that one more time? 'Cause
Absolutely.
it really, I love that song. Is he doing it kind of sticky too, like Lovitz
A
does?
little bit, but the thing is he sings better than Elton John does now.
And he's in full costume.
Yeah.
Like full costume.
Yeah, it's-
Dressed up like Elton John.
You guys, it's probably a crappy show, but you have
Horrible.
sold it so
Yeah.
well.
You
We
need to
take
see
little
it.
clips, and now we should get an award for what we do for these shows.
Oh, you know what? I
Yeah,
personally,
because our listenership is going to make a big difference.
I
on
should get a muffin basket from Fox for all the things I've said about I Want to Marry Harry.
True.
Oh, okay. So moving on, Mike. Oh, I hope you heard the news. It's sad that Alice has left us.
Alice, are you trying to tell us that you're leaving?
Oh, I wouldn't put it that way, Mr. Brady. No, it's just that my aunt really needs me, and I thought, well, under the circumstances, it's when you really get down to it. Like you said, I'm leaving.
I understand how you feel,
Poor
Alice,
Ann B.
but why are you
Davis.
making it so permanent?
Take a week or two off, then, if your aunt gets better.
I don't think so. No, she's the type of when she goes downhill, she just picks up speed.
Did you know that Ann B. Davis had 2 Emmy Awards for her work on the Bob Cummings Show?
Yeah, and this is going to be every morning show.
Of course.
You know, especially the, God love them, the Bob and Toms of this world. I mean, this will be, featured prominent. You know how I feel about the Brady Bunch.
I know.
think it was great eye candy. It was, fantastic for, and when I say eye candy, I'm using the wrong term. It just was a great diversionary television show.
A great piece of Americana.
But my God, has any show squeezed as much as they all could get out of their brief little run?
About
It's
every
incredible.
7 or 8 years, Sherwood Schwartz has come up with some way to repackage it. And
Right.
I have to admit that I might have a hand in this one because I might have talked about the Brady Bunch on this week's Cake and Cookie Show. So I'm sorry. I think this one might be on me.
Did you kill another one?
I did.
You killed another one.
He did.
Sorry, buddy.
Oh my God! So Rob, will we see you? Do you think? Look, it's fine to talk about it. It was
Okay.
an iconic television show.
Right.
Do you think? Are they going to try to squeeze something out of this? Are they going to try to do more than they should?
No, you'll see talk show
Go
stuff.
quietly.
You'll
yeah,
see talk show stuff. And of course, you mentioned earlier, of course, Barry Williams available to the Today Show this morning.
Yeah, shocker that he was available so quickly.
I'm not so sure Barry Williams didn't push her, but that's horrible, Mike, and way too soon.
Absolutely.
The induction to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame was this weekend. I think
Watched a little bit of it.
Kiss, Hall & Oates, Nirvana. I think
my favorite, Peter Gabriel.
I'm glad you mentioned that because I think Chris Martin from Coldplay had the best introduction speech.
Okay.
And this is him inducting Peter Gabriel.
Oh, by the way, can I just say,
Yeah,
did you
please.
watch the whole thing? I watched the whole thing.
I did not watch the whole thing.
Courtney Love, when Nirvana was inducted, the mixed reaction from the crowd.
Oh, I heard booing.
And she did nothing to help her cause,
No.
which she never does. She is and continues to be the definitive hot mess. And it was a bummer. You see a guy like Dave Grohl who just has his act together
Absolutely.
so totally, and then she gets up and is just like my body.
Yeah, it was horrifying. But you know what? Some great music, but my favorite moment was Peter Gabriel being introduced by Chris Martin.
I'd like to read to you from the book of Genesis, if that's okay. It came to pass at that time that an angel of the Lord descended and appeared before Phil the Collins. And Phil the Collins said unto him, Who are you, O angel? And the angel replied, I am Gabriel. I bring you this good news. I am going solo. Ye shall be the singer of Genesis now. And the fill who was called Collins was awestruck in the presence of the voice of the angel and replied, "How can this be, O angel? I am but a humble drummer. I can't dance, I can't talk. The only thing about me is the way I walk."
Thought that was pretty good. That's your Magic Audio Vault. Have a great Monday, everybody.
Thank you, Rob. We appreciate that. Got to get out of here.
you.
And sorry for the early notice.
What is that? Can't make it out.
Wow.
It's like a book.
Yeah.
Anyway,
It's a tome.
We got to go. All listener mail for the Mike O'Mara Show can be sent to Ponyboy at MikeO'MaraShow.com. And remember, if you send it, we might read it.
Yeah.
If you need to do it the old-fashioned way, our address is TMOS, Box 2796, Leesburg, Virginia, 20177. And remember, our official e-voice hotline open now at 800-440-8167. For Rob Spiewak and Oscar Santana, Mike O'Mara saying, see you next time, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Ciao, ciao.
Wait, don't go. I need to tell you that MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon is perfect for all your online shopping needs. Shop the best way. Shop Amazon. And please go through our website, always open at MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.